Hey there, David Risley here with blogmarketingacademy.com and doing my first video in quite some time, something I'm going to start to do more of. So I wanted to do a video version to this post with an update because I've done now 2 posts about Thrive Theme Builder, but I left it off where the job was not done. Basically, I had not yet fully completed transitioning the Blog Marketing Academy itself to Thrive Theme Builder. Well, as of today, actually as of about 2 days ago, the site is now running exclusively on Thrive Theme Builder. So what you see on this site now, all of it is running on Thrive Theme Builder, starting off with the default Shapeshift theme that comes with it. And so I wanted to update you on how that went. And I also wanted to tell you about a few little tricks, a few little things I learned along the way about using Thrive Theme Builder. One of them is a really powerful thing that Thrive Theme Builder allows you to do that most themes don't, and it can actually really help you with your conversions. So the first thing I want to mention here is, well, my previous theme worked. It obviously did. It looked fine. In fact, in some cases, it looked a lot like what you're looking at right now with some differences. So if it was working, why did I fix it? Why did I do it? It wasn't broken. Well, the big thing here is I've got 2 reasons for this. One is that it really radically speeds up my workflow. Like, I know how to hand code my own themes. I'm pretty technical. I'm pretty good with PHP code. I know how to do CSS style sheets. Not only that, I sort of enjoy it. And so, but the thing is, even though I know how to do it on my own and I'm perfectly capable of it, it's still sort of slow. Like, I got to bust out my editors and I got to sit there and do the CSS, and then I got to go and refresh it and see if it looks right, and then make little adjustments and play with the inspector that's built into Firefox or Chrome, or in my case, the Brave browser. And it's a lot of trial and error until I get it right. Whereas when I switched to Thrive Theme Builder, the speed at which I can make changes to the design of the site is so fast, so visual, that even if there's a few things that I can't do, that the geek in me says, I could do that if I wasn't using Thrive Theme Builder, the other side of me that knows that I have a business to run, that probably is not the best use of my time to be sitting there hand coding this stuff, I mean, it radically speeds things up. Something that would take me an hour or 2 to get it to look right, I can probably do in about 5 minutes with Thrive Theme Builder. It is so fast. So that's reason number 1 why I decided to make that switch. Secondly, is that I am now making this my official theme recommendation for anybody who asks me what I recommend. And the reason is because now I can recommend one platform, one theme, and it can accommodate anybody because the theme is completely moldable. It's like a chameleon. You could turn it into anything you want. Like I say, this site is now running on something that started off as Shapeshift. And it didn't take me all that long to make it look like this. And so to me, I look at it as a beautiful universal recommendation. It will speed things up. It's also like just great for most of my audience. And the thing is, if I'm going to sit here and recommend it to you so strongly, I feel as if I need to be using it myself. Otherwise, I'm not completely congruent with my own recommendations. And so that is my second reason why I decided to switch this site. Even though it was working fine the way it was, I decided to make the switch anyway, so that I'm basically eating my own dog food, so to speak. All right, so this is the home page of the site, and it looks pretty close to what it looked like before, actually. I mean, this page was actually, even with the previous setup, it was built primarily with Thrive Architect, and so I didn't really have to change much. What I had to do is rebuild this header and rebuild this footer. Pretty much both are identical for all practical purposes to what I had before, with a few little changes. Where it really starts to look a little different is when you go into the blog. This is pretty close to what it was before, except, we've now got the search bar up here instead of in the menu where it used to be. Again, this entire header was built with Thrive Theme Builder, same with the footer. If we go into one of the actual blog posts, it looks pretty similar to what I had before, if you've been to the site in the past. What's different is this call to action up here for an opt-in is now built into one of my templates inside of Thrive Theme Builder, because I did not want to use Thrive Leads anymore. And it's nothing against Thrive Leads. It's actually an incredible plugin, but I am now using ConvertBox as my opt-in form situation. And so if you click on this, you'll see that it pops up, and this is all powered by ConvertBox. Now, but using Thrive Leads and ConvertBox at the same time in the way that I was using it was just sort of difficult. Plus, having these calls to action built right into the theme actually provides a lot of cool flexibility me that's a little bit more difficult to do if you're using Thrive Themes as an additional layer. So it's perfectly capable of doing it because obviously all the Thrive Themes tools work beautifully together, but I find that having this as part of the theme is really cool. And same thing down here, if we go to the bottom, I've got this area here, which is all built into the theme. These social media buttons is part of Thrive Theme Builder. Now these over here on the side are actually not part of Thrive Theme Builder. This is all powered by Social Warfare, which is a different plugin. And I went ahead and just kept that as a floating toolbar like that because I like it. But these here is part of Thrive Theme Builder. Same with this, of course, and then this related post area was all built with Thrive Theme Builder. I used to use a plugin for that. I forgot the name off the top of my head, but I was able to deactivate that because I can do it all built right into Thrive Theme Builder. So one of the nice things about Thrive Theme Builder is that there are probably some plugins that you're using right now that you can turn off because it's all going to be built into Thrive Theme Builder and you won't need them anymore. And I certainly found that to be the case in 2 or 3 instances. The comments are all powered by Thrive Comments, and then we get down to the bottom, and I was able to put in a beautiful little call to action here at the bottom, which you can turn on and off really nicely with Thrive Theme Builder. Like you just literally click a button, and I can choose whether to do that. And then, of course, the footer that I've already mentioned. Now, some other things here about this, if we go back to the blog, I've got other formats in here. So let's see, if I go to one of my podcasts, let me just find one. Well, here's one. You can see that now all the podcast episodes have a completely different look and feel. With the audio player, which is, once again, built right into Thrive Theme Builder. I was using Pat Flynn's plugin, what's it called, Smart Player or something like that for a long time, but I'm turning it off now. I don't need it anymore. Thrive Theme Builder does it. And then for any RSS feed stuff that I need with the podcast, I do that with Libsyn, which is my podcast host. It can do all that built in, so I don't need Smart Player. But you could see that even as we go down to look at where the transcript is, I was able to customize this with a thing here that describes the podcast, options to subscribe to the podcast, of course, an opt-in, because no page should ever be without an opt-in. You can see that as I scroll down, I was able to make that thing stick in place, and I don't need another plugin to make that a sticky widget because it's built right into Thrive Theme Builder, so it's very beautiful. The other thing I love about the sidebars with Thrive Theme Builder is that I can build them just like anything else with Thrive Architect. I'm not forced to use widgets, so I don't have to go out there and find some plugin that introduces a widget that allows me to do some really simplistic thing in my sidebar and then have all my sidebars look the same because that's the way most themes work. This is a fully formed, unique template just to my podcast, and I can design that sidebar any way that I want. You can see that I put episode transcript. This is actually now part of the template, so it's going to be there on every podcast episode. If we scroll down to the bottom, I've got the related posts, and it's a lot of the same things that I had on the other templates. All built with Thrive Theme Builder very easily, and I was actually able to remove a couple of plugins that I was using before for podcasts, and I don't need them anymore because Thrive Theme Builder does all of it. Another one is that, I've got one on personal development here, which is a video to show you how the video posts look. So it's a very similar structure where the video is embedded here and then the text underneath it. I'm not currently using a sidebar on these, but I'm probably going to change that up. I probably will use a sidebar when it makes sense, but on a majority of my written posts, I won't, because I'm using ConvertBox, which you can see pops up over here, and it's all separate from the theme anyway. But this was pretty easy to build. Now, here's the thing. What I want to do now is let's go over inside of Thrive Themes, or sort of inside of Theme Builder, and I want to show you what some of these things look like on the inside and show you a few things that I learned about it. Okay, so we're inside of the back end of Blog Marketing Academy, and we're looking at Theme Builder right now. Now, this is not going to be a whole how-to on how to use Thrive Theme Builder. They've got some documentation on that, of course, and then I've also got a course here at the Blog Marketing Academy inside the lab on how to use, basically some real-world usage where you can look over the shoulder with me as I show you how to apply some of the cool things that we can do with Thrive Themes tools. And it's called Over the Shoulder with Thrive Themes. It's available inside the lab. If you're a lab member, you already have access to it. If you're not a lab member, you can actually get it for free. But if you purchase through one of my affiliate links, you of course know that I earn a little bit of a commission from that. It's part of how the business works. It obviously doesn't cost you anything extra, but in exchange for you putting your trust in my recommendation and buying through my link, I help support your usage of Thrive Themes tools. So basically my goal is to provide an additional layer of support over top what Thrive Themes does themselves, because I'm pretty good with most of their tools. I don't use all of them, but Thrive Theme Builder, I'm gonna be able to dominate this bad boy because I really believe in it. Anyways, we are now inside of Thrive Theme Builder in the back end. The first thing that I wanted to make mention of here was that you can manage your themes. If you click on this little thing, you'll see the manage will pop up and you'll see whatever options that you might have. Now, the default theme that comes with this is called Shapeshift. And so when you install Thrive Theme Builder, you're actually going to be installing the Thrive Theme Builder platform. And then the theme that comes with it is called Shapeshift. Now, in the future, they're going to have additional options. So right now, your only option is Shapeshift. Might sound limiting, however, it's really not, because the whole point of this is that you can turn these things into anything you want, as I've already shown you, because this site is now operating essentially on Shapeshift. But what I did so that I can make changes that I want and not feel like I'm losing access to what Shapeshift provides is that I created my own theme in here called BMA for Blog Marketing Academy. So what I did is I went down, this was Shapeshift before, I just simply used the duplicate option, created a copy of Shapeshift, and then I went to this little drop down and I used the rename option in order to rename it, and I simply called it BMA. And so now, with this being the active theme inside of Thrive Theme Builder, I can now make any changes that I want to this theme that are specific to the Blog Marketing Academy, but I leave the original Shapeshift alone in case I ever want to do anything with it or whatever. And so that might be one thing that I recommend that you do as you start to move your site to Thrive Theme Builder, if you do, is to clone Shapeshift, create a theme that's unique to your site, and then you modify that, not the original Shapeshift, okay? The other thing that I recommend that you do is to use the template renaming option. You're going to have various templates. Right here, you're seeing just the core templates, but you can see if I were to show all of them, there's all kinds of different things that pop up here. And a lot of these come with Shapeshift. Okay, but you're going to find that in practice, a lot of them you're simply not going to use, or the titles are just weird. Like this one, let's say that I wanted to use this one, and it's called Masonry Layout Without Sidebar. And to you, that's like, I don't even want to use that. Well, you can actually rename these things and turn them into anything that you want, because this is going to show up in your interface when you actually go to select these templates for any piece of content. And so you might as well name them something that works for you. So in my case, you can see some of these themes are ones that I created. And in fact, I've got different blog post templates for individual lead magnets. That's something I'll get into in just a minute. But this is standard blog post membership sites, standard blog post email list, standard blog post offers. And to me, those indicate different lead magnets that are going to be showing up on those blog posts when I choose those templates to be used. And so you can rename these things and call them anything you want. I call this one my standard video post, my standard audio post. I like these things to be descriptive so that when I am working with my own site, I don't have to think about what Thrive Themes called it. I call it what I want to call it. So once again, any of these templates, just do this. You can actually rename it, call it anything that you want, and then hit the enter key, and you can call it what you want. Now, that moves us right into the coolest thing that I like about this that I found really handy was putting in those calls to actions at the top and the bottom. It really introduces the idea that you can optimize individual blog post templates around different calls to action, and therefore optimize all of your blog posts to certain lead magnets, certain offers that are relevant to the material in that blog post. And it really turns your blog into a strategic marketing environment, which is really the whole point. I mean, your blog layout should be engineered around conversion. That's sort of the point. Now, with Thrive Theme Builder, that's much easier to do. because it's so easy to have different templates for different blog posts. A lot of themes can't even do that. A lot of themes have no ability to have different templates for individual blog posts. Essentially, all of your blog posts look the same unless you do some customization. With Thrive Theme Builder, it can all just be done in the interface without any geek stuff necessary. And so, like if we pull up this one, we'll just open this up in the editor. This is the one for membership sites. It'll actually pull up my blog post template for membership sites. Let it load up here. Here we go. So you can see that this is a standard blog post layout. It's pulling in one of my blog posts in here. In fact, this one is it's actually pulling up this one. Now, when you are looking at this, it's going to look different because I'm going to classify this as a video post, and so it's going to have a different layout once you see this video. But you can look up here at the top and see that I've got a different call to action specific to membership sites here. Okay, and then down here at the bottom of that content, I've done the same thing. This is for the membership site planner, which is one of my lead magnets, and so you can create different templates for different interest segments that you target with your blog, and then you can have all of your blog posts be optimized toward whatever interest segment that blog post is most likely to be used for. And so what I am doing is that anytime that I have a blog post that is around the idea of building a membership site, I'm going to be using this template, and they're going to be getting calls to action for the lead magnet that I have for that particular interest. Now, what I may actually do is take this a step further and introduce some type of a call to action to these things for the most relevant course. Okay, and so they could see this, they could get the membership site planner if they want, and then they also might see somewhere in here, I'll figure it out, maybe in a sidebar or what have you, would be a call to action for some offer for my actual membership site course inside the lab. And so you can see how you can really utilize the capabilities of Thrive Theme Builder to drive conversions, to drive sales. And so well, I guess I'm telling them this to you because now that I've actually built it, I was like, wow, this could be really powerful. I don't want you to get stuck in the mindset of most blog themes in that you need to have all of your blog content look the same. With Thrive Theme Builder, you can make adjustments. You can have different designs for different blog posts depending on the purpose of that blog post. And that's the entire point of blog-based marketing. This is called the Blog Marketing Academy for a reason, and it's all about engineering a blog that will drive sales and conversions, and Thrive Theme Builder makes that much easier. Going back into the interface here, by the way, let me just show you how you can do this. Let me go to my post list. Okay, so if we open up this one, I don't think I've got any special template being used for this, but it's written in the old school editor. You know, this is an older post that was updated, so I'm not using Thrive Architect for it like I do nowadays. But you can see over here, we got Thrive Theme Builder templates, and you can choose whatever template that you want to use for that particular blog post. Now, I'm just simply using the default one, which means that this blog post is going to be getting the online business roadmap as the call to action. But you can see here, I've got standard blog posts for roadmap, membership, email list. These are all of my different templates targeting different lead magnets based on the interest, the interest group or the level of person that would be probably reading that particular blog post. So that's how you do it if you're using the traditional editor. If you were using Thrive Architect, if you were, which on all of my new posts, I'm now actually writing them with Thrive Architect. But if you go to select the post, you go to post template settings, and you see this is basically the same thing as the drop down. I could click on any of these templates and activate it, and the blog post would change looks to whatever I've done. So this is a powerful combination. I mean, Thrive Architect is powerful enough by itself, but now coupling that with Theme Builder, man, I mean, it gives you a lot of marketing capability when you actually build that in. So it's really, really cool. One other thing I can mention, because we were talking about managing your templates earlier, we talked about duplicating your theme, we talked about renaming templates to make it yours, but the other thing is that being that you are going to be starting off with a clone of Shapeshift, there's probably going to be a lot of templates that come with Shapeshift that you're just never going to use. Well, feel free to delete them. Okay, there's actually a lot of templates that came with Shapeshift that now that I've created my own templates for the Blog Marketing Academy, I know I'm not going to use a lot of the ones that came with Shapeshift. And so I'm basically just going to, I just deleted them. And so now I have a lot less stuff to show up. If I go to showing all of my post templates, you'll see that almost all of these are mine. There's still, these are actually, the preview is not showing updated, but these are actually been updated specifically for the Blog Marketing Academy too. These three right here are the only three that are still default from the original Shapeshift. I deleted all the rest of them. And so you can actually hit the menu and just delete these templates, and there's no harm done. Okay, you still got the original Shapeshift there if you need to reference anything. But the idea is that you're creating a theme that's unique to your site, and you're doing it all with the Theme Builder platform. Okay, so that's pretty much the update. This site is now actively running on top of Thrive Theme Builder, and I'm also going to be switching things around to where any place where I am recommending any themes or even talking about the subject, I am now going to be talking about Thrive Theme Builder. Now, it doesn't take anything away from other themes, and I'll be open with you. If you are using another theme right now and you're perfectly happy with it, leave it right where it is. You don't need to break something that is working just fine for you. But if you are on the market for a theme, if you're starting early, then I really do think Thrive Theme Builder would be a really solid option for you. It's one of the things that I like about Thrive Themes as an overall company versus some of the other platforms like Elementor and especially Divi. I'm not a big fan of Divi at all. But those platforms are primarily made for developers, you know, and while you can do some stuff, what you see is what you get, like with Elementor, it's still sort of a site builder's platform. Whereas Thrive Themes, you know, you can obviously build your site and make it look the way that you want, but the entire idea of the way they build their tools is that it's aimed toward online businesses, and it's aimed toward conversion and making sales. And so I really like what they've done with Thrive Theme Builder. It is primarily designed for online entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people with small businesses who want to be able to take control of their own site and their own theme on WordPress without feeling like you need to hire a developer or somebody on Fiverr to update it for you. You won't be reliant on any of that stuff. You can now do it on your own. You just need to be able to learn how to use the Thrive Architect interface, which is actually pretty simple. I mean, you know, you'll have maybe a few hours of initial learning curve as you run some experiments, and then after that, you're going to feel pretty at home with it. And the other thing is that because I am going to be very solidly standing behind this now, I can actually help you put your site together on top of the Thrive Theme Builder platform, and I think you're going to be really happy with what it looks like. And not only that, you will be enabled to take control over it and make adjustments on your own. You won't need me. You won't need any developer. You'll be able to do it. And I love that. I love not having to send people into the technical abyss in order to do stuff like this. Genesis framework, so it gets weird to sit there and work with that stuff if you're not a programmer. Now, anybody can do this stuff. So that's Thrive Theme Builder. I'm running on it. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me below in the comments. Or if you do buy through my affiliate link, I would, of course, appreciate that. But we can also hook you up with my course inside the lab on Over the Shoulder with Thrive Themes. I'm happy to support you further inside of that and kind of provide an additional layer of help over top of what Thrive Themes already does. All right, talk to you later.